I didn't just wake up one day and decide to teach shadow work. I fell into it through the messiest, darkest moments in my life, and it changed everything. Today, I'm going to be sharing my real, raw journey with shadow work and why I'm so passionate about helping you reclaim your power too. Welcome back to the Path of the Dark Goddess. I'm Sirena, Scarlett Fatale, a trauma-informed shadow work guide, chaos witch, and priestess of the Dark Goddess. And today, I'm going personal. I'm going to tell you exactly how shadow work found me, what it took from me, and what it gave to me in return, and why it deeply matters for you. Shadow work didn't just heal me, it burned away everything that wasn't truly me. My journey began in chaos. At 24, I conceived my daughter literally 1 week after getting out of jail for drug charges. I pled into a drug court program, I went into rehab, and I realized that my marriage was built on addiction and codependency. So, drug court really forced me to do 12-step meetings. Those meetings were really what I needed at the time, but they didn't really help me with a lot. Yes, they helped me get clean and they formed the foundation of my own personal healing and recovery journey, but they didn't really address the deeper issues that were silently shaping my life, even without drugs. So I got sober, but sobriety didn't mean I was healed. So we're going to fast forward a couple years. I ended my marriage thinking that I'd finally broke free, but suddenly deeper issues emerged that this 12-step program didn't really address: love, relationship, intimacy, and my self-worth, which were all rooted into my trauma and my younger years. Suddenly single, I found myself repeating these same toxic relationship cycles that were very similar to like 15, 16, 17-year-old me. I was feeling utterly worthless, and I was carrying around this huge, heavy emotional weight. It was like I was living on autopilot. I was numbing myself emotionally, and I was hiding from who I really was. Deep down, I knew something needed to change, but I had no clue how to start or where to begin. So yeah, ending the addiction in my marriage was one thing, but ending the patterns underneath it was a whole other beast. So around the time that I had left my ex-husband, I got diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. And honestly, I felt like a werewolf. I'd been given this lifelong sentence of pain and misery. And if you've ever Googled BPD or visited like forums online, holy fuck. I think you know what I mean, because it's terrifying and it's scary. And it's like you get this label that just feels icky and dirty. There was a lot of shame and a lot of stigma that I was facing. So I tried to navigate the mental health system. And having it with BPD was awful. I encountered toxic therapists. I had failed group therapy attempts. And I just really felt like nobody truly understood me or wanted to help me or that I was even capable of being helped. And the worst part is that the system was not designed for a single mom like me. And there was little support and resources. My mental health journey didn't feel like healing. It felt isolating. So then shadow work entered my life through an ex-friend and of course the internet. Suddenly it was all over online. Do shadow work, do shadow work. Everybody loved to tell me to do shadow work, but nobody actually explained how to do shadow work or what it really was. So I took matters into my own hands and I started pulling on the threads of my reality, and I was asking myself why I feel this way. Why do I behave this way? And I kept digging deeper and deeper. But as I was digging, I was just uncovering a lot of deep, dark trauma that I didn't even realize was ruining my life. And I was just re-traumatizing myself. It was like I was spinning in circles. I was endlessly revisiting all these painful memories, and I wasn't making any real progress. I was lost. I was overwhelmed. And well, like I said, it was like I was running in circles in the dark. And I'm going to tell you, shadow work without the right tools really does feel like an endless loop of pain. That's when I found the secret sauce. After years of frustration, I found the missing ingredient, the missing key, the secret sauce: trauma-informed recovery. My issue wasn't just addiction. It wasn't codependency. It wasn't this mental health diagnosis. It was all this unhealed trauma that was stored within my body and my nervous system. Journaling and rationalizing wasn't getting me anywhere. I dove deep into understanding how trauma affected my brain, how it affected my nervous system, as well as my emotional patterns. And this led me to somatic healing, nervous system regulation, and a whole new way of doing shadow work, one that actually worked. And it was like when I finally found how to address this trauma directly, everything changed for me. I realized that trauma-informed shadow work and witchcraft were deeply intertwined, and they helped me heal in ways that therapy and traditional methods couldn't. So as my practice deepened, I realized that somatic healing and nervous system regulation techniques were very easily intertwined and integratable. And I created this whole witchcraft practice. And you know what? In a lot of ways, I was kind of already doing it. I didn't even realize it. So my rituals and my practice with my witchcraft became about reclaiming my body, my power, and my authenticity. Suddenly, witchcraft wasn't just this spiritual woo-woo anymore. It was deeply therapeutic, powerful, and healing for me. And witchcraft really became the bridge between my trauma and my power. So today, I teach the shadow work because it saved me, not just emotionally, but in every other way possible. My messy, painful journey gave me this wisdom and these tools to help others navigate their darkness without getting stuck like I was. And now my mission's simple. I just want to offer clear guidance, trauma-informed methods, and honest support that I desperately needed them when I started. Because you know what? I know what it's like to run those circles in the underworld, and no one should have to suffer as long as I did. And I really want to put this information out there and make it accessible for everybody, because there was also a time where I felt like I couldn't access it. So here's the thing. If my story resonates with you, if you're feeling stuck, overwhelmed, or ready to finally break out of these patterns and reclaim your pattern, go ahead and subscribe now. Like this video. And I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up. I'm running a Patreon, and it has multiple tiers of guided processes of how witchcraft, trauma-informed healing, and shadow work all converge together. So go check it out. The link is in my comments. So every single week, I'm going to be guiding you step by step through powerful trauma-informed shadow work, witchcraft, and rituals with practical techniques that can really change your life. Not just on this channel, but within my Patreon. So I'm going to ask you, leave a comment below. What part of my journey connects with you? Let's talk. Also, if you have any shadow work questions or anything, drop a comment and let me know and I'll answer. So here's the thing. I just want to remind you that shadow work doesn't just heal you. It gives you your life back, and you deserve it. So I will see you guys on my next video, and I will see you again soon.